guys! It's a new day, a new work day here on CUBA. Even though it doesn't feel like it, but we are advancing a lot. Like, we've now kind of finished the dinghy. Like, it was leaking and the outboard needed a lot of TLC, which we've now done. But then yesterday we realized that we've changed the fuel pump, and unfortunately now it's leaking oil. I'm not sure what happened, so we have to look at this. But today I'm gonna be polishing our propeller, because even though it's a lot cleaner than it was when we took out the boat, it still has a lot of growth, and I would like it to look as shiny as the propellers of the boats are splashing at the moment. We're working from dawn till dusk till late hours in the heat. All of our appliances are 220. The power here is 110. We bought something that's called a step down, so a converter of power from 220 down to 110, or the other way around. But it doesn't have, it has a limited capacity and we cannot run several devices on it. I have borrowed the angle grinder from one of our boat neighbors. Thank you so much, Don from Rock a Little. Really helps us out a lot. And Enrique is hand sanding our boot strip, not sure how that is called, the kind of the water line, or in between the water line. Anyway, he's hand sanding on the hull, so he doesn't need the power at the moment, meaning I can polish our propeller. Yay!
For the past 2 months, we've been working tirelessly to get CUBA back into the water. Yet there were still so many things we needed to complete before she could take us to new adventures. Making sure the propeller is polished, so it does not turn into an artificial reef once again, was one of them. But we also needed to paint the boot stripe. Now, while that sounds fairly simple, to achieve a sharp line, we had to run new masking tape along the bottom and top of the strip with each new layer. Meaning, for such a simple task, we had to precisely lay a total of 112 meters of masking tape for just 2 layers of polyurethane paint.
Okay, now that we finally masked the whole boat, we can paint. Okay, so I just stir it. You think it's thick on the bottom? No.
Is it thick on the bottom?
No.
Oh, sweet. They should do this so it doesn't run.
Yeah, with like a nozzle in the front or something. Unfortunately, we got interrupted by a rain shower.
We have to re-sand part of it because my hat. We got interrupted by a little shower, but this is like this in the Caribbean, man. It was sunny outside, like, you know, you could make an egg in the pavement, and then suddenly it just started raining.
There was like one cloud that ambushed us, and yeah, it rained for 5 minutes real strong, and
It's okay. We have to resand anyway. The paint says resand between coats, so it's fine. It's gonna look good anyway. That was just the first coat.
So this was the first one. It's gotta dry, and now
we'll do the second one.
Well, no. Now in the meantime, we're going to
Tackle chain.
galvanize.
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 Okay, check well until the ball is free.
Is the ball free?
I don't know, man. It's still inside here.
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. It's inside there.
I think what they mean is like check well until the ball moves freely. I don't know.
They should say that, not until the ball is free. That would be a lot of things.
Is it gonna come out of the can or what?
Why is everything recently that we paint is gonna turn out looking like it's made of cement?
Yeah. The thing is made of cement. The epoxy looks like it's made of cement.
Like we're turning
the
everything
galvanizing.
into cement.
Is that a sign that we're supposed to start building a house?
Yeah.
Woo. Wow. Guys, look, you get in there. This is to run cables, and it's flexible. So you put it and you get the shape of the hole, and yeah, it tells you if you're in or you're out.
It feels like we're actually putting things together now, not apart anymore.
If you see by the difference of color, that's epoxy. The sander doesn't reach there. That means I'm in, so I have to fill that in. It's not much, but yeah, you can get the idea of how I'm doing this. So now that I sand everything, I mean primarily just to get the shape of the hole and everything, I'm going to use a filler. I could go with the same epoxy I was using, the Seahawk epoxy, and then
you already used the filler.
Yeah, and then fairing compound. I can do that, or I can do it with this. It's called Epomast. It's an epoxy filler, so mastic epoxy. To be honest, I prefer to use this. It's a two-part. So this is the other part. So you mix them both equal part. After the glazing, I did a coat of epoxy with colloidal silica, just to fill in the major voids and things like that. But obviously now I'm going into fairing, because if I use this again, that's very hard to sand. So I have to mix it until it gets a nice uniform color.
Things are coming along. Look behind me. This cabin has been a mess for 2.5 months. It was all full of fiberglass. We've been working in there. Yesterday we took everything out, cleaned everything from the fiberglass. So nice to actually have a living space that we can put some order into it. For the past couple of months we've been living with only like one cabin and just things everywhere, guys. It's just it makes me a bit anxious when there's just everything all over the place, but things are coming along great. It was so difficult to see the progress like in a positive way, because we really had to rip things out. We had to like disable cabins, and just our living space started to become smaller and smaller and more cluttered, and it just doesn't feel that you're going on in the progress. It just feels like you're going backwards. But now we've reached a point where it also feels like we're going forward. So I have the feeling everything we do all day is mix stuff together for the bones. I've mixed that much in my entire life. Today we started with the fairing. That's basically the last bit to restructure the hull. So this is a compound that we just slap on, and it makes it nice and smooth. Any edges can be sanded off very easily as well, and then we're either going to put gel coat or gel coat spray on the hull, and then yeah, we're going to be kind of complete again. But for that you have to mix the epoxy and the fairing compound, and it needs to be like a thick peanut butter, so it gets this very satisfying mixture. Alright guys, I've been polishing, cleaning this propeller for a couple of days, and every time I go to sleep the next day it's just oxidized, so I'm done with it. I'm just gonna clean the rest of it now and put some sort of anti-fouling on it. And Nico bought this in Malta. It's a propeller primer, and yeah, supposed to keep anything from growing on the propeller or the propeller oxidizing even more, so hopefully that's gonna make it pretty.
The last time we put that in the propeller, it was in Malta, we put it and we splashed, and within about 10 minutes it came off. The whole thing, turquoise in the water. So maybe this time we have better luck. I don't know, we sanded it now more. Let's see. We don't want to waste it because it was actually quite expensive.
Maybe it was too smooth. Now I left it not smooth, so
I don't know.
Ooh, guys, look at this. My favorite color, kind of a turquoisey, greenish. Oh, we're gonna see our propeller from far away now.
I hope not. Actually,
not from far away.
We're gonna see our propeller from far away. The last thing I want is to actually be able to see that propeller from far away. That means you fell in the water. So no, please.
I mean, with the
nice color, though.
With it still attached to the boat, and us still attached to the boat.
Yeah, the last time we put this stuff and it didn't work.
Guys, I don't know how good this paint is after all. I was hoping that it leaves a smooth finish, and it kind of does, but it also runs a lot and makes a lot of blobs, so it doesn't look as pretty as I was hoping for. I don't know if I should wait a little bit and put this as the last layer, but even though it dries, it doesn't become nice and smooth at all. I guess as long as it keeps the growth from growing on it. Alright. Hey guys, today we're doing the final layer of our boot stripe, and we're trying to do something called roll and tip, but in this heat it's actually really difficult, and Nico's been the artist trying to make it as smooth as possible because it's so hot. The paint, or most of the paints that we've been buying, get so thick, and then they throw little bubbles that don't come off. I think the result is going to be really good. Actually, a lot of people have told us, why don't you do one project after the other so you can just tick them off, but so many things are dependent on the weather. You have to wait for things to dry.
Today we cannot work on the main repair because the dust will go into this paint.
You can see the repair is just up there. If Enrico would be sanding it, or we would have to clean the entire boat again from sand, and then half of the day is gone again. It's the story of our life, isn't it?
Painted the boot stripe twice, and twice it rains now.
Look at this! She's almost ready. We're so happy. We're actually just in the finishing stages now. Like, honestly, we thought we were going to be in the finishing stages a couple of times, but now it's actually happening because the weather's been okay as well, so we could make some progress. And look at Anika! There he is, working away. So, what is the name that you have acquired in the past couple of months?
Sandy Keek.
Sandy Keek. Look at how far we've come, guys. Wow.
Join us next time on SV Cuba.
Guys, everyone is smiling. Everybody's come around. They're so happy for us. Everyone's so happy. Thank you so much, guys. You've all been wonderful. Marine, I'm gonna miss you. We don't speak French. He doesn't speak English, but we've become family. Oh, and there she goes.